Hello and welcome to the Somatic Movement and Mindset podcast with me, clinical somatic educator and founder of Total Somatics, Heidi Hadley. The Somatic Movement and Mindset podcast has been designed to help you gain a deeper understanding to how your mind and body work. You will learn about your amazing mind and body and why over time you can feel pain, recurring injuries and poor posture. Within this podcast, I will teach you why this doesn't have to be your future or the norm for you. Would you like to learn how to reduce pain, move freely, and gain a new lease of life? Let's get started.
Hello and welcome back. Now, just before we get started, if you're watching this on the Total Somatics YouTube channel, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and press the notification bell. So every time there's a new episode, you're the very first to find out. Now, as we continue on from just covering a few burning questions that many of you have been asking, what I thought I would do is take again an extract from something within the Total Somatics membership in a previous live experience that I had for the public. So just to let you know that within the Total Somatics membership, there are a vault of knowledge and information of workshops and recordings. And whenever I've held any live experiences that have been free and for everybody outside of the membership to watch, they've only been for a limited time. And then after that, they've been put into the membership so the members can watch it throughout whenever, but it's only been limited for the public. So in this opportunity, again, I'm going to be sharing an extract from one of those past live experiences. And it's where I'm covering the second burning question that came about from this event. So that burning question was, how can I stop recurring pain and injuries? Which is a really good question. So if you're ready, get your cup of tea ready, put your feet up and enjoy this extract. How can I stop recurring injuries and pain? Really, really good question. And again, the different questions that were coming through, a lot of the words were recurring. So this is the thing, is that we see there's a pattern of behavior. Remember I said your brain is a pattern creator. So it's already given us an insight into what we need to do to unpack and start to understand how your nervous system is actually operating. Now, let us consider for a moment, if we've got recurring injuries and pain, what can be the trigger? What can be causing that from the beginning? Well, let us consider for a moment your daily activities. Consider things that you do repetitively. You just do them automatically, don't you? So if you do something repetitively, like sitting at a desk, on your bike, carrying a child on one hip, whatever the activities might be, if you do that and you keep repeating that action, that repetition starts to become a habit. And when we have a habit and it just is there day in, day out, it then becomes subconscious. When it's subconscious, it's no longer under our conscious awareness, or we're no longer mindful or alert of it. It's just happening. Some things that are subconscious that are really important for our survival is that you don't have to remind yourself when your heart should beat, or when you should breathe, or when certain digestive juices should be coming in to break your food down. That's all happening subconsciously or unconsciously. So it's really important, the subconscious, we're more subconscious than we are conscious. So there's more things happening automatically that we don't have to be micromanaging throughout our day. However, this is something that we really want to harness. We want to notice, because your habits are starting to reflect what's going on with recurring pain and injury. And that's why within the Total Somatics membership, I actually break down the way that your brain patterns tension, because there are certain personalities and there are certain mannerisms that we behave and we create. And because of that, you see that brain patterning, you see how people hold tension in their lower back. You know, they have that big sway back. There are ways that we can release that tension, for instance. There's also other things such as with recurring pain and injury is having a look at how we stand. How do we load our weight through our feet? Do we notice that we stand more on one foot compared to the other? And I will teach you how you can create a new level of neutral, how you can find neutral again, instead of through habits which become automatic. Your brain thinks it's normal to walk around heavier on one foot compared to the other. And as we know, if that happens long enough, we start to accelerate the age of joints and muscles and that sort of thing. So we want to create this mobile soma. So we want things to be able to adapt and be resilient and change. And so life events can happen. We can have surgery, we can have injuries, we can have stress and trauma that can impact our life. We can have habits of sitting at a computer. Consider it, for instance, we might cycle to work or sit in a car on the way to work. And then we get to work and we're typing for hours on end, again, in a seated, rounded shouldered position. And then we might cycle or drive home. And then we get home and we might do a little bit of moving around, but majority of our day, we've spent habitually sitting down, shoulders rolled forward, holding tension all through our rib cage as well. And you see what happens is that those patterns of like hunkering down, rolling your shoulders, shallow breathing from sitting at a computer, working for hours on end, it's the same feedback information to your brain that we have when we're in an anxious, stressed state. So think about it, when you're anxious and stressed, you might sort of roll your shoulders forward, you might tighten through your belly, your rib cage starts to draw down and depress. And that is a stress response. Now, your brain doesn't know the difference between perceived and actual danger. So when you're reinforcing a posture like this all the time, it's going to start to create stress. It's going to start to create cortisol and other stress hormones within your body. And before you know it, you then get caught up in this pain stress cycle again. And then you have recurring issues because your shoulders are jammed and tight. You might find you've got bursitis and different things like that. And that's because we've allowed your muscles to mold and shape to the habits or now the subconscious behaviors. And so that's what I'm going to teach you, is how to do scans and read your body, a body scan, how you're going to get that information at the beginning of your practice, how doing pandiculations and other total somatic movement techniques, how you can then start to calm down your nervous system, get greater range of movement with your rib cage for better breathing, create more of an inner calm, so less of that worrying and over-analyzing and thinking. And at the end of your session, when you do another body scan, you're going to notice things feel different. You feel more heavy, more relaxed. You're no longer braced and holding that tension. And when you feel that, you want more of it, because you're going to start to see that that is going to reverse the recurring pain and injuries that you have, because you're no longer stuck in a tight, tense body. And so that's why, again, I'm going to share with you that I have within my membership classes, workshops, ongoing support material. And all of this is there at your disposal whenever you want it, because we're all in different time zones. So you can log on at any time if you're in the membership. You can see what I have there. There are workshops that are very specific to explaining how your brain patterns tension, how that shows up, what we can do to reverse those subconscious behaviors that we've developed, probably over the decades. And so remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. And if you've got decades of tension and tightness, we're going to be wanting to nurture that releasing and recalibration process. So remember the Goldilocks theory, we just do a little bit, and then we see how we feel, and then do a little bit more. And then what will happen is, as we start to grow and develop in our journey of self-care and self-healing, then we can start to take on so much more. And that's a really key point, because when you're in pain, you want to do as much as possible, but sometimes that can then knock us back again. And that's where my ongoing support comes in, because I'm there to kind of support you every step of the way, as if I'm linking onto your arm and we're doing this together. That's why I have the live Q&A sessions for the members, have the live workshops. And if you can't join any of them, everything is recorded and put into the membership. So all past workshops are there. So this is vault of knowledge and information, and more importantly, skills to empower and upskill you. Really, really important, that point there. So what were your thoughts with that extract? Did that start to cover some of those thoughts or those questions or those doubts that you had as regards how you've been moving and progressing with your health, well-being, and your intentions for the future? Because this is where I'd love to invite you to come with me on this total somatics experience, by going to totalsomatics.com, click on the Join Now page. And when you go to there, you will see that there's a wait list. And if you put your details in the wait list, the next time I open the membership doors to Total Somatics, you will be notified quite quickly. And they're only open for a few days, just so that I can open and invite anyone that wants to join. But then I get back to being fully present and focused for the members. That's my priority. So if you're interested, go to totalsomatics.com, click on the Join Now page and leave your details there on the wait list. Also, though, in the meantime, if you want to get started today, if you go to totalsomatics.com, click on the shop page, and you will see that there are videos, there are audio classes that you can watch and you can take part in, and start today feeling like you can reduce your pain, improve your posture, increase your mobility, and develop mindfulness. Really, really important to bring those basically movement and reduce our pain back into our life. It's so important we can do this. So I can't wait to share even more with you in the next episode, and also ensure that you are subscribed to Total Somatics YouTube channel. And also, if you're watching this on a podcast channel somewhere, just check that you are subscribed to the channel, because in September, if you're listening to this in 2023, in September, I will be holding Somatic in September within this platform. So please stay connected, because I'll be sharing so much more with you then too. So see you soon. All my love and my very best wishes. Take care. Bye.
Thank you for joining me today. If you've enjoyed this episode, please leave a rating and also forward this on to somebody you know will benefit. To learn more about pain relief, plus how to improve your health and well-being, go to totalsomatics.com. Until next time, take care.